Hi, everybody, and welcome to the D Up Gaming Podcast, episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2. It's been a while, Jesse.
Oh, yes, it has.
My name is Jeff, and joining me is my co-host, Jesse, as we just said.
Hello?
That was a long hiatus, man.
Yeah.
I think we rested longer than we actually did season 1.
Maybe, yeah. Well, what was the anniversary in February?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like mid-January is like the
Mid-January?
first
Oh, okay.
episode, yeah.
Yeah, it has been a while, huh?
Longer than that, yeah. So, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Divinity, Original Sin, Enhanced Edition on the PS4.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? Oh, I've been playing this game called Gunhouse on my Vita.
I've never even heard of that game.
It's really cool. It's like a match 3 puzzle game mixed with a tower defense. It's like you match these 3 objects, kind of like I would say Puyo Puyo to create a square.
Yeah.
And like the bigger the square, the more powerful that weapon becomes on your house. Thus the name Gunhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're building these blocks in the house?
Yeah. The way it looks is it's really cool animation as well.
Okay.
The way it looks is like there's this, as I say, apartment building on the far right of the screen, and it's like a giant TV screen on the side of the building, and as the blocks come down, you move them around and you get them to create the weapons, and you can decide to put it either. There's 3 levels, like the top level, middle level, or the second level, and then there's 3 specials. That's the top of the back. So you kind of use your fingers. It's touch screen, and you move them either left or right. That's hard to explain. Probably if you see this video or something, you'll get the idea of it. But it's really fun.
So so if you're listening to the podcast, not watching the video, I'm sorry. We tried. Jesse tried. I didn't, because I have no idea what he's talking about. So back into our podcast.
Yeah,
it's been a while. You ready?
Yeah,
Let's get started.
Let's go.
So usually I would come up with the podcast, right? Write up what I want to talk about, but this time I think Jesse wants to talk about something.
Yes.
More than I originally wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
No, not that I don't like it. It's just like I'm like it's kind of far away. So I'm like,
right.
But no, absolutely, we could talk about it because it is interesting, and I think it's a step forward for the business,
right,
and for the world of video games. So go ahead, Jesse. Please take it away.
Okay, I will.
As we wait patiently for Jesse, Jesse's looking into his phone right now.
Yes, I want to talk about Google Stadia. Or the plural of stadium, I guess. I don't know what it means. Yeah, cloud gaming, which I thought is definitely going to be the future. Some people might not want this.
Okay. But before that, what is Stadia, Jesse?
What is Stadia? Stadia is a platform, I would assume that...
Yeah, I would say so.
To
it's
categorize
like
a service, that Google is going to be running involving cloud gaming. So basically, you'll be able to play your games on anything that has an internet connection and can run Google Chrome on it. And there's a lot of crazy potential there, I think.
There is, I think on stage they show the guy playing on a PC. Yeah. And then he stops, jumps over to a phone. Yeah. Stops, goes over to a tablet, I think. Yeah. Something like that. I forgot the order.
Oh, no. I believe it was like he started on a laptop. Yeah. Then to his phone, then to a desktop. And it pointed about, it was like the cheapest one they could get. Yeah. Then he went to, I believe a tablet right? And then onto, what's it called? Chromecast. He was running on it off a TV. Yeah, Chromecast Ultra, so you can get 4K.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the fact that he can jump between platforms.
Right. You just press the button and you kind of just pause the game right there.
And it's exactly where he stopped.
Yeah. That's awesome. Like, as much as they say, well, like, things like the Switch, where you can take it on the go, but this is all from different units and stuff, which is really cool.
Completely different items from different, even manufacturers. And even specs, in terms of specs. Yeah. We have a phone, we have a laptop, we have a PC. So
because basically exciting. It's like anything, it's like running almost like a video. as long as you can communicate back and forth and you have enough bandwidth.
Yeah.
Which might be an issue for like some people in some parts of the world or their country, or necessarily their internet plan.
Well, yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be probably the biggest factor here is internet.
Right.
They said they want to do what? It goes up to.
I mean,
full HD.
The way I
right
see
now,
it,
right?
it's like it might not be for everyone right now, but it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. This is going to be the worst it's ever going to be at what they say, basically. If it works the way they say it works.
It's funny because I remember they say that it's going to run in 1080p, 60 frames per second, and they showed off Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed. And then they say in the future, it's going to be 4K.
Yes.
And later, 8K.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen 8K.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, yeah, as long as you got the bandwidth and your whatever device you have can produce in some way an 8K image, it won't need. That's the great thing about this. It's like you don't need the processing power. You're not going to need to have the most high-end thing. It's just as long as you can connect to the internet, it'll pretty much work. Yeah, because like device. They showed, on any device.
But here's me, right?
Right.
At home, watching Netflix. The first minute always sucks.
Oh?
Because you're going to see all the squares. You know, it's like still rendering.
Right. The
first minute of your Netflix show is always like in 144p. Like,
what's wrong with your internet? I say that. I don't know.
You know, they're still like that. You know, I live in a first world country.
Right. One
of the more advanced cities. And not that I have the best package, and still right now, I'm still running into that issue. So like, how far forward are we looking here, man? Because I know it's GDC. And it's not so much a consumer show. They put everything up on YouTube and everything, and everyone can watch it. So they know people are watching.
I mean, I guess that's a fair assessment. I look at it this way too, like with YouTube. Okay, sure. So maybe the first second or minute doesn't look so good. What is that? The loading screen, the title screen.
Yeah.
Like
they say there won't be loading, man.
Right. There won't be loading. That's even better, right? Okay, so maybe at the title screen, maybe you pause for a second just in order to catch up or whatever, and right away it's looking good for you. And the fact that even like with say YouTube, like I'm not sure everybody's gonna want 4K or 1080p 60 frames per second. Right. They might just want to be able to play that game
for sure.
At all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so the fact that you might they haven't said, they probably not going to mention that, but you'll be able to scale down, maybe run it at
360.
360p.
Yeah.
Work your way up. I mean, the fact that you just still get to play the same games that say somebody on a high-end PC or who has a PS4, when you basically have the PS2 equivalent and you never really wanted to buy up, but hey, as long as you got a device that connects to the internet, it'll work.
Right, yeah. That part is exciting.
Yeah.
They showed off a few different things that are pretty exciting as well. They said, obviously, the save state thing, that's cool.
Right.
They also said, what is it? Like, if you're stuck in a game at a certain spot, you can look like on link. Google.
You can make like a link almost like to any website or like say a video on YouTube and carry that over. Put it up for like say another person to play, or
they can play your save state,
or even like YouTube sharers like you, for instance, like when you're doing your streaming and you get maybe you get stuck at a point, or maybe you just want like some of your participants to help you out, kind of get more of that interactivity amongst your memberships. You know, they can come in and play and like just click on the link.
Yeah, that's actually, that part is exciting for streamers, I think.
Right, that's really cool.
Yeah, there's also this part, like if you get stuck, you're able to YouTube that exact section and then look at someone else's playthrough.
Yeah.
That part I think is interesting, because instead of searching, which is, you can say like, oh, that's so hard. I can't just go to YouTube myself and type it in. Like, you gotta be lazy like that.
Well,
it is an advancement.
What do they call that? Quality of life.
Yeah, that is cool, right?
Yeah, and then if you have the the Google controller, the controller for the Stadia, there's like a Google Assistant You can just press and talk to it, and then that'll help you out.
I know you just got a button that's just boop boop.
Not to mention they mentioned that it supports like a bunch of different controllers, basically anything that plugs.
Yeah, they said anything, right?
So, if you already have controllers, like you already have an Xbox One controller or a PS4 controller, or like I saw like before the event, there had patents for Switch controllers to be used.
Oh, the Stadia. They want to put the Switch controller. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't say anything in the actual conference, but there was somebody had seen that they gotten a patent in order to get it to work on the Stadia.
Oh, nice.
They're looking into so like pretty much any controller you got, they're gonna try and get you to be able to use it with this thing.
Yeah, they really want you to use it. Yeah. That's basically it. The pricing.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown questions like
that's
that
a huge
pricing.
Question.
I mean, we do know that you need I think between 25 to 30 megabytes per second internet connection to get the high end
right. Yeah. Because I know I don't have that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be getting that. Oh, do you? Oh,
yeah,
man.
75 and 7.
Oh, look at Smug Jassy right here. Jesus Christ.
But that again, like I'm saying, like that's who says in the future they don't make it smaller, so you don't need as much bandwidth. Who also says in the future that you're gonna get better bandwidth. Right.
And especially I'm thinking right away when we're thinking pricing of this thing and how they're gonna, because I think this is not a service, right? This is not a pay per month service. Maybe in the future.
Maybe.
But it sounded like
we don't know.
Yeah, it sounded like it sounded like the way they made it sound like is you're gonna buy games a la carte and then you're gonna play the game.
Yeah, it could be like Xbox Game Pass where you're getting like a subscription service. It might be like you say a la carte.
Yeah, or like a Netflix or like Google Music. Maybe there's a package with that Google Music and you get that too. Mm-hmm. And then whatever Google Movies or something like that. Maybe that gets a package kind of like a Netflix.
Right.
But I'm also thinking, remember that they also have Google Fiber.
Right.
Which is their internet service.
Yes. They have it in a bunch of different cities.
Right. I think they're still kind of like in the testing phase more or less.
Expanding that. Definitely big pipelines there.
Yeah, I think it sounds like this is just part of that big plan to
not to mention like
fiber everywhere, really.
Like the hardware behind these machines, like you're getting what I think it was like Intel processors that are running like 2.7 gigahertz. They can put up to like 10.7 teraflops, which is like better than the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro combined.
Yeah,
in power, like 16 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, that's all technical stuff that maybe a lot of people won't get, but that's a lot of power there. Yeah,
I think that's gonna be cool.
That is a cool.
I think people have been down on it though, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like everything is kind of done on their side.
Yeah,
which is it's almost like whatever screen you have is the monitor and controller now. Mm-hmm. You know, if you have like a desktop setup at home, you have your monitor, you have your tower, and then you have your keyboard. So now your phone is the monitor and keyboard, and the tower is their computers that are way servers, more powerful than anything you'll ever have at home and can have multiple ones, so like basically that's breaking down what this thing is. Plus, like, they had all those great things with the multiplayer, the idea of like developers can build games now and not worry about sacrificing power for split screen multiplayer and other things like that.
Split screen multiplayer without power. Oh yeah, right.
So you know how before, a lot of games recently haven't had like split screen multiplayer on the same screen because they have to share the resources in order to output for one person's side of the screen and another for another.
Gotcha. I got lost there for a second.
Yeah,
that makes sense, man.
Yeah, if you look at that price point, what was the cost of a Chromecast? Like maybe $70.
You need the 4K, right? You need that ultra.
The ultra. If you want 4K, I
think is like $100 Canadian dollars or something like that.
Right, something like that.
Something close to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is not bad.
Right,
if you think about what it can do, especially now it's going to be a console generally.
And you might already have the controllers that you need, so you don't really need to get extra ones. Like you don't have to have the Stadia controller. So yeah, that's some easy co-op right there. I see a lot of potential. There's still some unanswered questions. Like again, like if games aren't popular, are they gone forever, or are they going to be rotating these games through? Or like how long are the servers going to be up?
Well, that's what I'm worried about too. Things like if that. You buy,
if you buy
something and then they just like screw it, let's not do it anymore.
Right, and then you might
just
not
cut it off like Google Hangouts.
But then again, I also see it maybe as a complement, almost like Netflix. Like you have a Netflix service, but you might have another, like a DVD player, or I'm sorry, a Blu-ray player, where the movies that you really want to keep, you really want to watch over again, or you love the most, that's where you get the Blu-ray. But if you just want to pick up and watch a movie, then you click on your Netflix, where this becomes that Netflix, where if you just want to try out a game or play a game, you're playing it on this. But if you really want that game, you get it on like a different console, or an actual console, or a PC or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it might be cheap enough.
Yeah.
To be that second console as well.
I mean,
it's gonna be very cool.
Again, we really don't know the prices, but I really don't see this being as expensive as I think some people think it is.
A real console, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the presentation of itself wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But I think we would need to look through that and see the future. Honestly, as they brought up over and over again, the future. Yeah. It's like there's potential here, and I think this is good for the business, for the industry, because we are at the end of this console generation. Sony probably is about to talk about PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox is working on their next Xbox. Microsoft's working on their next Xbox. The next box. And we keep hearing about how there's going to be a digital-only version for that Xbox.
Right.
I think this is kind of like you're on notice.
Yeah.
It's like Google is coming. Yeah, you better be thinking about this.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're not ready for this, like in one console generation's time, in 5 years' time, if these guys are not kind of doing a similar thing, they might get eaten up by Google. By the Stadia,
being said,
by the Stadia.
I mean, like I said, there's still will probably be a need to have like
an actual console.
Yeah, okay. Where you're still going to have physical games. They may not be the most popular thing. Like, I mean, people still make CDs.
That's true.
MP3s or like streaming music is like the way to go, is the most popular. And people still make Blu-rays, even though there's things like Netflix and Hulu and all that. Like, there's still going to be that need for the physical media.
Right. It'd be much more niche.
Yeah, it might be more niche. I mean, yeah, that's still going to be a thing. I don't think that's going anywhere soon.
Fair enough, yeah.
But this is kind of the future, the coming.
All right. So, yeah, let us know what you think down below. What do you think of Stadia, what the potential is. Will you be joining? Will you be using it?
Yeah.
We don't even know. Like,
where
subscribe,
the pros, where the cons.
use it. Subscribe, buy games on there. We don't know.
They're going to have their own first-party studio. We don't know what's coming from there. Like,
so,
how many people are actually going to put their games on this thing? We don't have no idea about that.
So let us know down below what you think. We'll see you next time.
All right.